Hello, I'm Professor Gabrini. I teach accounting in the Wright School of Business. I have my own YouTube page, and one of the things I like to do is prepare some videos for students, particularly the ones that I advise, to help them kind of navigate our web page to find pieces of information that they might need over the course of their 4 years with us. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be looking at advising. And so when you come to the main web page, which is just www.daltonstate.edu, where do you go to find information? Well, if you click on Academics and you go down to Schools and Departments, it will take you to a page which lists all of our schools. Here we are, the Wright School of Business. Click on Learn More, scroll down, and you've got Advising and Registration right here. So you click on Advising and Registration, and this will take you to our main Advising and Registration page for the School of Business. And so you have a few options here. If you're really not sure what to do and you want an overview, you can try clicking on Start Here, and that will lead you to a web page which kind of works you through some of the basics. So you can check admission status if you're a new student. For those of you that are not familiar with DegreeWorks, it is the program that we use to help students track their programs of study. And so we have how to use DegreeWorks, which is a Word document that you can save or print out and have in a little folder so that you know how to access and use DegreeWorks. It's a very simple, kind of intuitive program to use, but it's always useful to have some instructions. And then there's also some other tutorials that are available. And then we've got some information about e-learning and eCore through the University System of Georgia and various colleges and universities in our system. We provide a lot of options for students to make sure that we're addressing the variety of schedules that our students have, because we do have quite a few. So that's the kind of the overview page. If you want to just jump right into registration, register today, and this will give you all the instructions that you need for registering for a class. Provides you with a lot of background information and these hyperlinks to get to information that you need in order to be able to register. And so this is a good place to come to refresh your memory from time to time as you begin to prepare to meet or interact with your advisor. You should take a look at your program of study. Make sure that you understand the degree. You're in a BBA degree program, but then within that you're in a particular major. So for me, I tend to advise the accounting majors. So I prefer to have my accounting majors know what the accounting major consists of. And they're able to do that by studying the programs of study and the progression charts. Just as a general piece of information, I'm going to click back to the main page. Once the class schedule for new semesters has been prepared and released for students to see, you can click on Academics and go to Classes. And once there, click on Class Schedule. And then you can select the term that you want. Right now, all we have is Fall 2020. Click Submit Term. This Submit Parts of Terms just means that there are different types of classes if you want to kind of filter it down. We're just going to click on Submit, and that will give us all of the courses. Here, you can filter the information even further. So I'm going to look at Accounting. Okay. Right now, I'm just interested in just any accounting classes, but at some point, you may want to filter it in some way, shape, or form. This little feature here allows you to filter by days of the week, so that if you're not looking for an online class, but you're looking for a face-to-face class, this would allow you to filter down to those days when you know. So if you need a Monday-Wednesday schedule, you can check Monday and Wednesday, and you can even specify beginning and ending times. So if you've got some real serious schedule restrictions, you can come in here and begin to kind of build your schedule using these filters. The other thing is if you have a favorite professor, you can also search for them and look for them in the list of instructors and see what classes they're teaching as well. Hopefully I'm a favorite instructor for somebody, but you never know. I live to teach. So, at any rate, so once you've selected that, you click search, and that will give you the list of classes that are coming up. And so, as you can see, we've got our Principles of Accounting 1, an online section here, and then we have another section. This is a Tuesday, Thursday section as opposed to the online section. So this is a face-to-face class. One of the ways you can tell the difference is look at the section number. So here we have section 02. This is a face-to-face class. This says 01010. O is for online. So if you see that O, it's an online class. It also shows up in the green here. If it's a hybrid class, it will have an H next to it, which means that there'll be portions of it that are going to meet face-to-face and portions of it that are going to be delivered online. And you can scroll down and see, again, more online classes. There should be this text in there. You're supposed to take an e-learning quiz. If you've never taken an online class before, the first time you take an online class, you're supposed to take an e-learning quiz. And so you would click here, and it would take you to that quiz. It's really about making sure the students are aware of what e-learning is about, and then especially the time management portion of e-learning. It is because there's no defined schedule other than the semester and then the due dates for assignments. Students are a lot more responsible for managing their time. And Lord knows, I'm 57 years old and I still have trouble managing my time at different periods. So it is a challenge for everybody. So you can scroll down and see if you're an upper division student. You can see what classes are being offered as an upper division student. It's very important to note who the instructor is because, again, with instructors, if you need to get a hold of them, it's fairly straightforward. You just take the first initial, last name, so C. Gabrini at daltonstate.edu, B. Haverland at daltonstate.edu, J. Connors at daltonstate.edu, and P. Ryle at daltonstate.edu. And you can email us with any questions. We are happy to hear from students and potential students to answer any questions about the courses that we teach, and also to just advise in general about the business program and what options you have. So that is the class schedule location. Again, most of this is accessible through, if we go back to the main switchboard here, it's available through academics. And so you can click on classes here. You can get all your registration information and advising information under schools and departments through the Wright School of Business website. There is another link here to advising. This is to more generalized advising that the college offers. So I recommend that you go through the schools and departments links and find the advising information that is specific to the Wright School of Business. And if ever you have a question, again, you can reach out to any one of the faculty members that are in your particular major, or you can also reach out to any one of the deans. Dean Helms, Dean Dietrich, and Dean Connors are all helpful and always enjoy interacting with students. So what I want to show you next is what if you want to learn a little bit about your professors? Well, you can do that. If you want to, you can go to the campus directory, or if you know that you're in the School of Business, you can click on back to the School of Business. I'm going to take you back there. And then over on this side here, you see this menu pops up. And so here you could learn a bit about the business school. If you want to know, we are the Wright School of Business. Why are we the Wright School of Business? Well, this is why right here. This is a little bit of a bio about the Wright family. They've been very generous to us, making a rather large gift for us to make sure that we have a nice, beautiful, modern facility to be able to teach our courses. We have a fully accredited business school, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And that was one of the key reasons why they felt inclined to donate to us. They also have connections to the college. Of course, Mrs. Wright has passed away, and we miss her dearly. but Mr. Wright is still around and available, and you can oftentimes find him visiting the campus and checking things out. As a matter of fact, we have some of his favorite sayings are stenciled on the walls around Gillett Memorial Hall. So you can learn all about them. And again, these are some of his favorite sayings down here. So you can learn a little bit about the school. We also have an overview, a welcome from the dean. We have lists of degrees and programs. So if you want to explore, we have our 6 majors within the degree program. Your degree program is the Bachelor of Business Administration, a BBA, which provides you with a core of business knowledge that's common to all the majors. The individual majors have their own kind of subcore within the core that has you specialize in one of these particular areas. And then we have minors, so you can further specialize. So these are minors that are available to business majors. We also try to provide some education for those that are in majors outside the School of Business, and we provide a range of minors for them as well, because ultimately, whatever it is you choose to do for a living, you will be involved in business, whether you're a biology major, an English major, or an education major. It matters not. You will be in business, and so it is important to understand the principles behind how a business is run. Again, business is a social science. It's a hybrid. It's a multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary field with very applied features to it, and so it's important for everybody to understand business. So that's the other thing here. We can click on faculty, and here you have a list of the faculty, and you can click on. I'm going to click on myself here, and that will take you to a directory page for me. And so you can see my picture, so you know who it is I am. I've changed a little bit. I don't have the goatee anymore, and I've been cutting my own hair, so it's a little bit shorter. But here you can see where I'm located. Okay. You can also learn a little bit about me. I try to keep this updated. We just finished summer 2020, so I'll be updating this information shortly. It has my email address and my phone number. And it has my background too. If you want to know where I went to school and what degrees I have, it's listed right here. I have a little bit of a biography here with what my professional experience has included, and then a little bit about what my interests are. And these are my academic interests. I have other interests besides academic interests. And then some of the achievements I've had over the course of my life, and then some of the things that I'm interested in that support the program here at Dalton State. And I do try to come in here and update this about once a semester to keep it current. But you can come to any of the faculty members' pages and learn more about them. It's up to the faculty member how much information they want to put up on here, and so that will vary some, but that is a way for you to get to know your faculty and be able to recognize them by sight. The other thing that I told you about that's very important is accreditation. And so we are SACS accredited, which is the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges. And so this is important. All of the schools are accredited throughout the USG and have this as kind of a base to work from. And on top of that, we have achieved a higher level of accreditation within the Wright School of Business. It's the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, or as it's affectionately known, AACSB. This is an important feature for your education if you're interested in business, because AACSB is considered the gold standard. The general rule of thumb is it's better to be accredited than not accredited when it comes to a business school. And what that offers you is it offers you a system of quality control. It tells you that if a school has achieved a particular accreditation, that it is meeting the standards for that accreditation. And I can tell you that AACSB is one tough accreditor. You have to go through a continuous review cycle where every 5 years they're sending a team in to check your things out and make sure you're doing things the right way. And in doing it the right way, it's all mission oriented. So are we living up to our mission? And do we have good learning outcomes? And are we tracking data? We have a number of things that we work on that, it tells you that, yes, we care about your education and we're not sitting back on our laurels. We're very busy trying to make sure that we're delivering to you the best business education we possibly can. And it meets these very high standards that have been set by other deans and business schools. And so we have this. This is an unusual for such a small school as us to have this. We're one of the smallest AACSB accredited schools. So that is a good feature. I spent some time talking about it because I do think it's important. Also, at some point, probably in your late sophomore year, as you begin to decide, which of the majors are you going to enter, you're going to want to learn about internships. Now, here you can learn a little bit of general information about internships. This page here allows employers to contact us and let us know about internship opportunities. Our internship program is run by Professor Jamie Connors. And so if you have an interest, you can ask your faculty member, or you can go and schedule an appointment to see Professor Connors. She'll be more than happy to speak with you about internship opportunities. And again, I do encourage students in my classes to be thinking about that going into their junior years, so that this way they can be equipped with some actual work experience on their resume. There are times where an internship can actually turn into a job. So please make sure that you avail yourself of that. For those of you, some people come to us and already have a job, and they're either attending school part-time or they're working full-time and attending school full-time. It depends on their energy level, what they can handle. And so we try to have enough out here to get you started in life, because it's not just about delivering an education to you, it's also about helping you springboard into your professional careers. And again, I mentioned mission is very important. And so you can read what our current mission statement is. Mission, vision, values. These are very important because this tells you who we are and what we're trying to accomplish, how we see ourselves, and how this gets vetted by other people, other stakeholders. And so it also encompasses how others around us view us as a school of business. So anyway, that's kind of how you navigate this. I guess there's one last thing I'd like to show you. I'd like to go back to this main switchboard, click on Academics, and then click on Registrar. Okay, and the Registrar is kind of the official record-keeping office, and so there is lots of information here. They even have a little pop-up that says, "Hey, do you need some help with something?" And so, yeah, okay. What you want to be able to do here is track your graduation. So as you get close to graduation, you're going to want to be able to figure out, well, what do I need to do? So graduation dates and requirements are important. This will give you the dates that you need to hit for if you want to graduate in the spring or the summer or fall. It gives you the deadline dates and when the ceremonies are going to be. And importantly, it gives you a link to the graduation application. So at some time, and we do try to keep track of our students that are approaching graduation, we actually, before you can register for your capstone course, which is strategic management, one of the requirements for registering into that class is that you have completed, submitted your graduation application, paid your graduation fee, and that you've heard back from the office that you're good to go. And then we put you into that class. So it controls access to the course and also ensures that all of our students that are ready for graduation have dotted their I's and crossed their T's and are going to be ready to walk that stage and become Roadrunner alumni for us, which we are always very excited about. I know I am, and I know my colleagues are too. So anyway, so that's the last piece I wanted to be able to show you. Again, this is just kind of a walkthrough to kind of get you familiar with where you can find some of the basic information. There's a lot of information tucked away inside of a web page, and ours is no different. There's just lots of stuff here, and what I recommend is creating a folder, a favorites folder, and you can bookmark some of these things as you come across them so that if you need to go back to them, you can just go to your favorites, click on it, and go to whatever it is that you need. So I would name the folder is something meaningful, so that, you know, advising and registration, graduation, and that will allow you to be able to come back later. And of course, this video will be up on YouTube, and so you can always come back to it. I will update this video from time to time as requirements change or as the web page changes, to make sure that you always have the most current information. So again, this is Professor Gabrini. I did this on my own, just as a help aid to my students that I advise, but anybody that happens to stumble across my channel on YouTube is welcome to view and use this information. So thanks very much.